Hello guys, welcome to GMAT Point. In this video, we'll be discussing about how to prepare for GMAT for working professionals. One of the biggest questions asked by the GMAT aspirants is how to prepare for GMAT while doing a job. Also, a majority of candidates who prepare for the GMAT are working professionals. First of all, working professionals have to take care of a lot of additional responsibilities apart from preparing for the GMAT, and since the work consumes a major part of the day, carving out time to prepare for the GMAT becomes a daunting task. So in this video, we'll see how to prepare for GMAT while working, that is how to prepare for GMAT with a full-time job, how to manage time, how many months are needed to crack the GMAT exam, and the best study plan for working professionals in detail. So let's get started. Firstly, if you have decided to start your GMAT preparation, it is recommended to prepare for GMAT online. And if you're someone who is planning to start your GMAT preparation from now, you can kickstart your GMAT preparation with GMAT Point. So at GMAT Point, we are offering some free resources which you can utilize in your GMAT preparation, and these free resources will be extremely beneficial. We are providing 5 free topic tests each on quant and the verbal sections of the GMAT. So you can take these tests for free on our website gmatpoint.com. We also have a Telegram group for GMAT aspirants wherein you can post and discuss your queries with your peers and exam experts. It is very essential to have a good peer group during your GMAT preparation. It keeps you motivated and it will also help you discuss various concepts, test taking strategies, mistakes, and many such things with your peers and exam experts. Also, if you have any doubts regarding the GMAT preparation, you can reach out to us at support@gmatpoint.com, and you can WhatsApp us or call us on this number 630-323-9042. Okay, so before we look at the detailed study plan to crack the GMAT, let's quickly take a look at the structure and format of the GMAT exam. The duration of the GMAT exam is 3 hours and 7 minutes, and during the exam, a candidate has the option of taking 2 8-minute breaks. There are 4 sections in the exam and the total number of questions are 80. The mode of the exam is online, and the candidates also have the option to take the test at home or at a test center, and there is no negative marking in the exam. And this is the exam pattern of the GMAT. So these are the 4 sections in the exam. So there is quantitative reasoning section with 31 questions, and the total time limit is 62 minutes for the quant section, and then 36 questions in verbal reasoning section with 65 minutes, and we have the integrated reasoning section with 12 questions, and the time limit is 30 minutes. And we also have an analytical writing assessment. So here one topic will be given. Basically you have to write an essay here, and the time limit is 30 minutes. Also during the exam you cannot skip any question, and also you cannot go back to any question. And your total GMAT score, which is out of 800, is based on your performance in these 2 sections only, that is the quant and the verbal section. And one can get a final GMAT score ranging from 200 to 800 with 10-point increments. Okay, now let's discuss the study plan that's required to crack the GMAT for working professionals. So before you start, firstly you must gather all the required study material for the GMAT and all the required GMAT notes for preparation. The study plan and the timetable that you must follow varies from person to person. So one must draft a GMAT study plan depending on his or her strengths and weaknesses. And to know your strengths and weaknesses, you can take free GMAT online topic tests which we are offering for free on our website. And once you understand your weak and strong areas, you must have a study plan that addresses your weak areas. And for those areas which are your strengths, you just have to spend some time every day on practicing those topics. For example, if you're weak in the quant section, you can spend 2 to 3 days during the week covering the quant concepts and 2 days on the verbal concepts. You must try to allocate at least 2 hours every day during the weekdays and at least 4 to 5 hours over the weekends. So overall, try to allocate 18 to 20 hours per week during your GMAT preparation. Also, you must design your study plan in such a way that you allow enough time for revision. Make sure that you revise the concepts regularly, at least once a week. Revision is the key, because if you don't revise, all the time you spent learning the concepts will go in vain. Also, draft your study plan depending on the time available to you during the day. You must understand that the right study plan depends on a lot of factors, such as your exam date, that is when you scheduled your GMAT exam, your ability to grasp the concepts, your weak areas, and so on. So you must devise a detailed monthly plan, and not just monthly plan, you should also have a weekly study plan. So you should have a detailed study plan for every week, saying that you will cover so and so concepts in a particular week, and you will cover, let's say, reading comprehension in this week, and arithmetic from the quants. Similarly, for the next week, you're going to cover critical reasoning from the verbal section and algebra from the quant section, and so on. So in this way, you must devise a monthly and also a weekly study plan, and drafting the right study plan based on your needs is the key to crack the GMAT exam. And not just drafting the right study plan, after you frame the proper study plan, try to follow it in a very disciplined manner. Just try to stick to the plan as much as possible and avoid procrastinating. Also, once you have decided to take the GMAT exam, make sure to schedule your examination at the right time. You risk missing an admission cycle if you are unable to take the test at the right time. So when you've decided to take the exam, you should take an account of the admission cycles of the colleges you've chosen. And you can also draft your study plan based on your scheduled exam date. And also, once you made a study plan, it's also important to start with your target GMAT score in mind. Your target score depends on which B school you're aiming for. So with that target in mind, one needs to plan his or her preparation accordingly. Because the GMAT is one of the most widely taken MBA entrance exams globally, and aspirants must achieve a score of at least 650 or 700 plus in the GMAT exam to gain admission to the top B schools. So with appropriate planning and strategic approach to the exam, you can achieve a score of 650 or 700 plus. Okay, so what should be your daily routine be like when you're preparing for the GMAT? So a daily GMAT study plan or timetable can be as follows, and these timings can vary from person to person. So let's say you allot 2 to 3 hours during the weekdays. You can spend 1 hour in the morning to practice either the quant or the verbal section. You can read a couple of articles during your free time at work, and also practice a few mental calculations in your free time. This is just to improve your calculation speed. And after your work, you can take a small break, refresh yourself, and then prepare for 1 to 2 hours depending on the time available. As mentioned, overall try to allocate 2 to 3 hours for preparation during the weekdays and more time on the weekends. And make sure you allot enough time to your weak areas. And remember that you must focus on each part individually while preparing, and try to devote a set amount of time each day to each portion, which can help you retain crucial concepts from that section. In any case, allocate a specific time for the GMAT preparation every day and experiment with studying at various hours, and choose the time that suits you the best. So you can choose to study for 2 to 3 hours in the evening if you have time in the evening, or if you're a morning person, you can choose to study for 2 hours in the morning. This is during the weekdays, and 4 to 5 hours during the weekends. Also, apart from regular practice in the initial days of your preparation, allocate at least an hour every day to learn the new concepts. And also avoid getting distracted during your preparation time. It is recommended to sit for at least 1 hour at a stretch, especially when you're learning a new concept, so that you can make your learning more effective. And also allocating at least 1 to 2 hours every day is much better than not doing anything throughout the week and then preparing for 7 hours at a stretch on one single day. So don't give in to any distractions or other commitments during your preparation. Set your priorities right until the GMAT exam day. And also, as GMAT verbal is quite challenging to many aspirants, so aspirants must develop a habit of reading. You can use your commute time for this. So try to use the commute time to read some articles and revise the concepts. Also, as the time available is limited for a working professional, try to put the leisure time available to good use. And finally, it's all about time management. So many GMAT aspirants who are working complain that they don't find enough time during the work. So they say that they don't have enough time for preparation, and this is where time management comes in. So managing the time available efficiently is the key to cracking the GMAT exam. So especially when you're learning your basics, ensure that you stick to your deadlines, and once your fundamentals of each topic are covered, it's important to solve the problems in a timed manner. You must also take enough tests to build this ability to manage time during the exam, and also giving enough tests during your preparation will help you assess your progress and also work on your mistakes. Okay, so now how exactly can you plan your preparation or go about with your preparation? So firstly, classify your whole GMAT preparation into 2 phases. Okay, so the first phase of your preparation should be to cover the fundamentals from all the 3 sections, that is quant, verbal and the integrated reasoning section, and particularly the quant and the verbal section. So during the initial learning phases of your preparation, aspirants must avoid rushing through the basics. The focus in this phase of your preparation should be to gain conceptual clarity. Therefore, avoid premature moves like going through the shortcuts before having a sound understanding of the basics. And once you have covered the basics of all the important topics from the quant and the verbal section particularly, the next step is to solve a lot of problems. So the next most important step is practice a lot. And also during the initial learning phase, the number of days you allot for each topic depends on whether a topic is your strength or your weakness. And let's say you're able to allot 3 hours during the day, during the weekdays. Try to allot 2 hours to your weak area and 1 hour to your strong area. So for example, if verbal is your weak area, you can allot 2 hours during the day for the verbal section and 1 hour for the quant section. And in the second phase of your preparation, it's very important to take mock tests and refine your test taking skills. So aspirants must take more mock tests and learn from their mistakes, and also mocks will help you identify where you're going wrong, so you can understand your mistakes, you can understand the gaps in your preparation and cover them accordingly, and this will help you move towards your target score. Okay, so how long to study for the GMAT to score a 700 plus or a 730 plus is also a very frequent question asked by a lot of GMAT aspirants. So honestly, there's no magic number as such for the number of hours or months that one needs to prepare for the GMAT exam. So if you're a working professional and starting your preparation from the scratch, it is recommended that you start your GMAT preparation 6 months before your scheduled exam date. And usually for those who already have a decent grasp of the fundamental concepts, a minimum of 2 to 3 months is usually recommended. So the number of months that are required to crack the GMAT exam depends on the person. Now coming to how you can go about planning the last 1 month before your GMAT exam. So 1 month before the GMAT exam, you must be preparing very seriously. Try to allocate at least 5 to 6 hours on the weekends. Make sure you take enough mock tests and analyze the same immediately after taking it. Note down the mistakes you often make in the tests. Revise the notes every week to make sure the concepts stay fresh in your mind. And during the weekdays, you can spend practicing a wide variety of questions, working on your mistakes and especially on the weak areas. Also during the mock test, try to improve your performance with each passing mock. GMAT is a computer adaptive test and you cannot skip the questions nor go back to previous questions during a section. Hence time management becomes very crucial while taking the test. So during mocks, it's also advisable to try out different orders of the paper, like try to choose quant first and then verbal next, or verbal first or quant next, because during the actual GMAT exam you will be given 3 options to choose from before the exam about the order of the exam. So one option is the AWA. So these are the 3 options among which you can choose from. So you can either choose to start with AWA section, then IR, then quant and the verbal section, or you can choose to start with verbal section, then quant, then move on to the IR and AWA, or you can choose to start with quant and the verbal section first and then IR, then AWA. So try out different orders of the paper during your mocks and come out with that order that suits you the best. Also, GMAT is about good accuracy and speed during the exam. So first, during your practice, focus on the accuracy, and with more and more practice, the speed will automatically improve over time. So don't worry too much if your speed is low during your initial preparation phases. With more practice, your speed will automatically improve. Also in the last 1 month before the GMAT, you can give 1 mock every week, or you can also give 2 mocks. And the key thing is analyze the mock immediately after taking the test, and between the mock days, revise the concepts, revisit the videos of your weak areas if needed, and learn from the mistakes of your previous mocks. And as far as the strategy during the GMAT exam is concerned, one must know his or her strongest suit in each section, that is the verbal and the quant section, and make sure that less time is spent solving questions from those stronger areas, so that sufficient time is left for the rest of the questions in that particular section. For example, in the verbal section, if sentence correction is your strong area, it is advisable to spend about a minute or a minute and a half on the sentence correction questions and give more time to the RC and the critical reasoning questions. So this is how you strategize with respect to the exam. And finally, 1 week before GMAT, you can take 1 to 2 mocks and analyze them thoroughly. And more importantly, during the last week, make sure you revise the basics thoroughly, refer to your notes or your bookmarked questions in the last week, go through the mistakes you've done during your mocks, and if possible also try to take a week off from work to avoid any last minute assignments. And just 2-3 days before the exam, stop taking the mocks and try to take the final exam with a cool head. And also a few other important points to keep in mind while preparing for the GMAT. Having a peer group. It's important to have a good peer group during your preparation. It keeps you motivated and it will also help you in discussing various concepts, test taking tips and all such things. You can join our Telegram group for GMAT aspirants. The link for the same is provided in the description box below. So you can join this Telegram group wherein you can post and discuss your GMAT preparation queries with your peers and exam experts. And the other key thing to remember is prepare yourself mentally, because cracking GMAT requires discipline and there can be some fluctuations during your preparation. There will be good days, there will be bad days during the preparation, and sometimes your mock scores will be too less. The key thing here to remember is to stay motivated during this period. So make sure not to get overly stressed, and remember that it's important to take breaks during your preparation. Also allot some time for your hobby. Try to focus on your overall personality growth during your preparation. This will also help you during your interviews. Hope this video helped you understand how to prepare for the GMAT while working, while doing a full-time job. For more such important and useful videos, please do subscribe to our channel. It will encourage us to do more such videos which will actually help you in your GMAT preparation. And if you have any other doubts, please do post them in the comment section below. We will be able to address them immediately. So thank you so much guys, and all the best for your preparation.